Siler Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Siler. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Integrated Home Care Services is celebrating 35 years of caring for our community. Integrated Home Care Services can help you and your loved ones be more independent, safe, and confident in your home. See how we can help by learning more at integratedhc.com. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Belvidere North High School in Belvidere. We're live at Milt Brown Stadium for tonight's Nick 10 High School girls soccer game between the Guilford Vikings and the Belvidere North Blue Thunder. Alongside my partner, Frank Matthews, I am Trevor Larson, excited to be on hand for this evening's game where we're going to see two teams with winning records go toe-to-toe as we're here at Belvidere North High School. It is senior night. Frank, good to be alongside with you here this evening. Belvidere North, another successful season, sitting at 16-1 overall, 6-1 in conference. You know their head coach has to be very happy with their performance this season.
Yeah, no, he is. Obviously, that the expectation is really high, and so this isn't a surprise to them. But expecting something and then having the reality come true to it is always a great feeling. So I know if you were to talk to him now, he would still say, talk about that one, because that happened to be one of the games I did catch him. It was a fantastic game to watch, but he's done a great job, and so have the kids, and so I look forward to watching him again tonight.
Yeah, that one loss, of course, to Boylan earlier in the season, a 3-2 heartbreaker for the Blue Thunder. As for the Vikings, again, we mentioned they are 9-8 coming into tonight's ball game, 5-3 in conference, 5th in the standings. Tonight is their final conference game of the season. I'm sure they would love nothing more than to come on the road here tonight, spoil senior night for the Blue Thunder, and come out, finish with a winning record on the season.
Yeah, the great thing about senior night is that if it's your senior night, you're all excited and you want to do extremely well and as well as you can to help your friends and your teammates and schoolmates. Well, that same motivation works on the opposite end when you're coming out here to play. So you're excited it gives you a little extra edge, like, hey, when it's our senior night, let's make sure that we do the best as well. So I expect this to be a pretty decent contest between the two teams.
For North, of course, the player to watch tonight is going to be center forward Cortland Hefty, averaging 3.1 goals per game this season. And anytime you can get over one goal per game in a season is pretty impressive. You expand on that even more. What she's done this season, one of the leading scorers in the Nick 10 conference, it's a very impressive performance. We're excited to see what she can do on the pitch here tonight.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate. She's one of the kids that I train and with our club team. So the things that she's done, and you get to see it on a normal basis is pretty amazing. And what a great kid. And more importantly, she's continued to work and raise her level to her game to another level every year. And so, those numbers are impressive, but no surprise once more, Tom. I can't wait to see what she does tonight.
And the leading scorer for the Vikings, Berkeley Stenstrom, an underclassman. She's putting in 1 goal per game. Whenever you have an underclassman not only play on the varsity squad, but when they can be the leading scorer for your team, I mean, gosh, that's got to be great for you as a head coach. Looking forward to seasons to come, and what she's done thus far this season is very impressive as well for the Vikings.
Yeah, and I've actually even, the thing that to mention to be even more impressive what she's done, she did that last season as a freshman where I don't even know the total number of goals or whatever, but I know that she was a leading goal scorer as a freshman to come out, and Berkeley's going to give everything she's got. Another great kid that wants to compete and challenge, and anytime you can get her the ball, she's going to cause some issues. So we'll see how often she can get those touches and cause some issues for Belvidere North.
Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Clutch Sports Media 815 for tonight's broadcast presented by Exit Realty and agent Brian Bottcher. The JV squads went head-to-head a few moments ago. Belvidere North came out on top 8-0 in that matchup. North looking to do the same here tonight in the varsity game. Again, I'm Trevor Larson alongside my partner Frank Matuz, the director for the Rockford Raptors FC. Frank, before we kick off, can you give us a little bit of insight into what the Raptors do on a day-to-day basis and what they can offer soccer players from around the area?
Yeah, now we're fortunate. We're one of the bigger clubs in the area, but one of the main reasons is because we truly have all levels of the sport. So if you're looking to play soccer, whether you're 2 years old all the way through college and beyond, we have a platform for you and the different levels. And so, we've got our rec program. We have our entry-level club. We have the club level, and we have the high end. We're fortunate enough that we're only one of a few teams that get to play, and it's called ECNL Elite Clubs National Showcase. And so obviously now not only are we getting the best of the local players like Hefty and some of these other names that we've talked about earlier, but we're drawing in more and more kids from the best high schools within. We're starting to get kids all the way out from the Moline area, which is kind of I bless those families, and I love the fact that they do them. But that's a long 2 hours each way to come and play for us. So, but it makes the environment that much greater.
Starting lineups are being announced before we kick off. We have talked about these squads. The Nick 10 has some great teams in conference. Frank, what do you think we can expect out of both sides here tonight? I know the field is a bit wet, rainy these past couple of days. Might have an effect, but it's turned into a beautiful, if not chilly, night for soccer here today.
No, I think anytime you play in a football stadium, the one thing for us as soccer people, it's a little bit smaller field. So obviously now you would think it's a little easier sometimes to control a player like Hefty. If I'm talking about a Guilford, I don't think so. I think because you're that much closer to goal, it makes it that more difficult. So I would imagine they're going to draw on several players on her. I would imagine that Hefty is going to be able to cause some issues. And then obviously have the support from some of the really good players that they have. So if they end up having 3 to 5 kids on Hefty, she's good enough to find the open players. So I expect there to be a lot of shots on goal. And the other end, same thing. I think, like we mentioned earlier, I think Berkeley is going to be someone, if we can find the ball and get her the ball into space, she's going to track it down and do their best. So, hopefully what Guilford is counting on is getting numbers behind the ball so it can make the field compact and then trying to find Berkeley. Where Belvidere is going to try to split them up a little bit and get the ball to Berkeley and Scarlett and whoever else that can get those shots on frame.
We'll take a moment of time. We'll let the PA announcer finish the starting lineups here for tonight's ball game, and we'll be back with kickoff in just a moment. Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Seiler Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seiler. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Integrated Home Care Services is celebrating 35 years of caring for our community. Integrated Home Care Services can help you and your loved ones be more independent, safe, and confident in your home. See how we can help by learning more at integratedhc.com. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! And we are back here live at Belvidere North High School, getting set to kick off here for tonight's game between the Guilford Vikings and the home Belvidere North Blue Thunder. Again, Trevor Larson alongside Frank Matthews on tonight's broadcast. A gorgeous evening. It has turned into a bit chilly, a bit of a breeze, but the conditions shouldn't have too much of an effect on tonight's ball game. You wouldn't expect. Guilford in white. They're going to be moving right to left from our perspective. Belvidere North in the deep blue jerseys with the white lettering behind. Referees getting set to play. 2 40-minute halves we will have here tonight on this beautiful Thursday evening. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on tonight's broadcast on Clutch Sports Media 815. Referee blows the whistle, ready for play, and immediately it looks like Belvidere North is going to be putting on some pressure as they force an early turnover on a heavy touch going forward. This one's going to be turned over once again. Guilford has it. Now some miscommunication as Belvidere North on the attack. Reese moving upfield, sends it down to the left corner. North trying to keep it in. They do get the touch. A low cross, that one cleared away by the defense, but the Blue Thunder still retain possession. That's a good through ball. This one's going to be put in the back of the net. An early goal by Belvidere North. Good defense moving into great offense as the Blue Thunder net a early goal 47 seconds into the ball game. And there she is, Cortland Hefty with a goal this early. A great start if you're the home squad here today.
It's a really good run by Cortland, but it just isn't even great a pass by Scarlett Reese. Again, so two seniors combining for the first goal in the first 47 minutes. Obviously those kids have played together well, but that's if they continue finding her at her feet like that, it's going to be a long day for Guilford. But give credit to both Scarlett and to Hefty.
And when a heavy touch, so it's going to be North ball as they play it back. Looks like Guilford has pretty much everybody back. One high attack person, but looks like they're starting off the game with some intense defense as they get a turnover, but we're going to have a whistle to be a free kick for the Blue Thunder.
Yeah, a little soft foul there. I thought that's really going to be the key for Guilford. They're going to try to leave Berkeley Strencham up front, but even now they're dropping her behind the ball, and the try to win it and try to find her and play on the counterattack a little bit. So there's another ball over the top that they're going to have to handle well. Guilford's doing a nice job. Belvidere North is doing a good job of keeping possession here and then trying to find the open players.
And when a pass offsides, Galicia, a couple of steps behind the defenders from our perspective up here in the broadcast booth. Again, if you're just tuning in, Belvidere North on top already. An early goal by Cortland Hefty, 47 seconds into the ball game, as North start off this one here on senior night exactly how they want. They got the ball to their leading scorer, and they lead this one 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Guilford's first attack of this game. This one's going to be sent out of bounds. It'll stay with the Vikings down on the right wing. So again, good pressure by North. They get a turnover in the defensive end. Now a pass down the left wing. That one a little bit too wide. You know, Frank, we were talking about it at the Open, of course, playing on a football field, so a little bit narrower than some of the stadiums that these players will play at. I know there's a couple of football stadiums here in the NIC 10, but it's certainly a key consideration whenever you have the tighter sidelines. You know, you can't put your passes out maybe as wide as you would otherwise like. And we've already seen a couple of balls go over the touchline here today.
Yeah, and that's one of the negatives as far as being a smaller, but obviously the teams will adjust to that as the game goes on. It's a beautiful night. As you mentioned, there's a little rain. It's a grass field, but it's in really good condition. So instead of looking and trying to stretch the teams, they're both going to try to play over the top a little bit more, which should provide a little bit more fun game for us to watch.
Herrera send that one out so the Belvidere North Blue Thunder can set up their defense. Another heavy touch, and it'll go out off of I'm going to say that's off the Vikings, so Belvidere North ball.
A little bit further back than she was trying to take it.
I always see the players, whenever they get the opportunities for a throw-in, you always try to get that extra step or two. That time the refs are right on top of it, so they're going to have to play this one out of their defensive end. It's a bad pass, but a good play by the center back to get that one to the wing back, as looks like they're sending their backs a little bit further down the field here to start off as they try to, get an early lead as they do. But, 1-goal lead's good. 2-goal lead is great in the first half.
Yeah, I think they're going to continue trying to push to get even more so, and I think it's a good strategy on Belvidere North to try to get the width a little bit, because obviously every time you look around, they've got 4 just paying attention to Hefty. So if they can stretch them a little bit and then come back to Hefty like they did on a one play. But as we've mentioned, it's a small field. They've been accustomed to playing on this by now. Oh, and she's get caught offside again.
Yep, a flag down here on the near side. Frank, we've seen the Guilford Vikings back on defense here. Looks like they're playing with 5 defensive backs in formation, 3 center backs, 2 wing backs. Looks like they also have a center defensive midfielder on most possessions. So not a lot of offensive players moving forward. We'll see how they adjust throughout the game. Of course, whenever you're playing an offense as good as Belvidere North is, it's always good to have that extra defender back to try to keep it a tight game, especially on the road in these conditions.
Yeah, and earlier on, especially, because obviously the one thing is that they gave up a goal in 42 seconds, whatever it was, and now you sort of want to settle down, get your momentum back, get your confidence, and catch them on a counter. So it's a good strategy to make sure that you keep an eye on Belvidere North's attack, especially Hefty, and they really have somebody just shattering around with the 2 underneath. And just the longer they can stay at the 1-0, that momentum could shift.
And when a good run by the Guilford player to try to keep that one in, went out just ahead of her, so it's going to be Belvidere North ball. This one, a ball in behind Belvidere North on a free run. Hefty's got a shot for another one, and we're going to have a slide tackle. And that one's going to be cleared out. Good play by the defense. Could have had a whistle, but the refs let that one go.
No, that's a great recovery by her teammate in club, Zedeker, who has done that quite a few times. So she timed it just right. And great play. Great save as well off the shot.
Yeah, looked like that one was just about at the top of the goaltender's range that time. Hefty almost put that one in from right near the sideline. That would have been a heck of a goal for her. Would have been her second of the evening. Initially, when she sent that in, I thought she was trying to cross and find a teammate, but she's got a nose for the goal, as you saw right there. So North going to have a corner opportunity.
It's going to be an in-swinger where she's actually going to be trying to score herself again.
That one
Good little ball.
Away out of the yard box, and that one blocked in, and a good clearance by the Guilford defense. The North squad going to retain Maine with possession as they play it back and try to set up for another attacking opportunity. Yep. This one sent down to the left wing. It's like Belvidere North really bringing up some offense here as a aggressive attacking opportunity for the North squad. That one's going to be retained. And perhaps some miscommunication. I think they were expecting Ramos to make a run down the right wing. She did not. She held her ground, and that one sent way out of bounds. So it'll be Guilford ball.
Yeah, that's a good idea, but it's just tight space to execute that. So, I like to have seen Suarez to turn inside and again find now. Obviously, the game plan right now is to try to use those widths so that they forget about the middle and squeeze them out a little bit. But it's a tough ball to try to complete sometimes.
It's like Azul Martinez for the Vikings substituted out as they cannot do anything with that throw-in opportunity. Good play that time by number 12, Reese Zedeker, to clear that one, allowing the Vikings defense to get set. And we've seen a number of good runs already from Belvidere North. So we'll see that tactic, I'm sure, a few more times where the defense just clears it so they can get their extra defender back. As a good ball down the right wing, trying to keep it a little bit too much pace that time. Yep. And again, we're going to have another throw-in opportunity for the Vikings in their defensive end.
If the field's a little bit wider, that can go in. I also would have liked to have seen Ramos turn and go once the ball was played, just because the field is not as wide, so you're going to have that room to sort of react a little bit. But good ideas again.
North really plugging up any of those throwing lanes. Guilford trying to get it out, but it's turned over. Reese has this one. Yep. She turns and can't find a teammate. They still have pressure on the ball in the offensive zone. Here's Gallus.
Oh, that's a great little ball. One more time. There's two.
And there it is. Another goal put in the back of the net by Belvidere North. And just a great play. Two excellent through balls here in this game, leading to 2 goals by Cortland Hefty, doing what she's been doing all season. She puts the Belvidere North Blue Thunder on top. 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of this one. This one coming in at 9:04 in the ballgame.
Really good, very good run, and very similar to the first one. And this time, instead of being Scarlett Reese with the pass, you had Haley Gallus with a nice, smooth, in stride, right timing, not too much pace, not too soft. And then obviously it makes it really difficult on the goalkeeper, anybody else to contain. So a great little combination, and then to take the lead. And I think that right now what you're seeing is that Belvidere North's mids, those two specifically, Haley Gallus and Scarlett Reese, is doing a good job keeping the ball and then just finding the open players.
Vikings trying to prevent another offensive opportunity. A good ball into the box, jockeyed for position down at the end line, kept in by both players. And that one's going to be a slow roller, doesn't go out. Up the right wing for the Vikings. And still in, thought that one might have gone out. A little tough to see the end line over there. But Belvidere North, this one a great ball into the box. Running opportunity for Ramos. She crosses, and this one can't be cleared out. Instead, it's kicked towards the end of the box. Belvidere North with an opportunity, but a good play that time by the defenseman to keep that one out. And a long shot. That one's nothing doing. It'll be our first goal kick of the evening. Well, Frank, early on, we've seen, again, this impressive offensive attack. If you're Guilford, you don't want to have this game get out of hand. We haven't really seen too much in terms of offensive opportunity. Yeah. They had one decent opportunity, but they're really going to have to find something here in the first half. You're already down 2-0. You really got to get one back here before halftime. You really want to avoid allowing too many more goals.
I think that's going to be the key, is don't give up another one for the half. And the easiest way to do that, that's a good strike again by Scarlett Reese, is they were going to be working so hard defensively, which they are. Play that early ball to Berkeley's or someone else's feet so that you don't hold on to it, and then by the time you're forced to make a pass, Belvidere North closed you down and winning the ball right back, and then you start to cycle where you've got to defend all over. Like Berkeley's got to get a touch here, and there's the opportunity one-on-one. Rely on those.
They send it to
Good
the
little
wing.
combination.
Rodriguez.
And player back out wide, and that's a good little shot. And then there's a good little opportunity that they've created on that.
Yeah, good counter-attacking opportunity. Maybe not the best shot, but a decent one. You know, if you could have got that one over the goaltender's head. Of course, here at this level, you know, those high shots right around the crossbar, those are incredibly difficult to save, even on the boys' side.
Yep.
So if you can get those just below the crossbar, you know, those are really tough opportunities for your goaltender.
And I like that chance because what it does, it makes then Belvidere North center mids think about how far up can they go without giving up that counter. So, like, again, right there's a good chance. We got to play a little bit quicker if you're Guilford, so you don't give them the time to win it and then counter on you just like they're going right now.
Good
little ball.
Win that one. She runs all the way down outside the 18-yard box. This one finally is going to be cleared out for the Vikings.
And there's a good chance for the counterattack. Let's see if she can combine.
Good work rate by Ramos to force some pressure on Stenstrom as they turn the ball back over. Ooh, almost a collision that time, but the ball does go out, and they're going to say Guilford Viking ball. Got some opportunity here to set up their offense. And a nice play by Maine to get that one over to her defense partner. We're going to have another throw-in opportunity. Number 21, Jaden Larson for the Vikings. Going to put this one in.
And again, these moments are good for Guilford. As much as you want to get back in a game, you sort of have to take Belvidere North out of their rhythm a little bit when they've got as many good weapons as they have. And then there's another almost a good opportunity there if she could close down that space and force her play back down the middle.
Yeah, we've seen the Guilford Viking offense trying to get some of those long touches. Hasn't worked quite yet, but they can stick with them, get a couple of good touches here and there. They could lead to a goal-scoring opportunity. But good defense once again.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a ball over the top. That's another dangerous.
Race for the ball. Hefty's got it. She kicks that one in, and it goes just wide. I think the goaltender might have seen that one going wide, so she let that one go. We're going to have another goal kick. But you mentioned it just a couple of moments ago, but the midfielders for Belvidere North are really just all over. They're both playing with excellent pace. I've seen Ramos on the ball just about every time, both on offense and defense. Yeah, obviously, Hefty has the 2 goals here this evening, but so far she has been really, really impressive in this one.
Yeah, she makes the most of those shots. Like, that was a good ball, and I like the decision to shoot that early because the goalkeeper's out of position. She just didn't put it on frame, and those are really, really dangerous balls. Here's another good counterattack. Good job defensively.
Good play by the tender to come up and grab that one. She's going to send this one deep. Guilford has it. A heavy touch that time as they try to get the ball up front to Stenstrom. And this one with pace, it's going to go out, and the Vikings have an opportunity.
Get that early throw in right now to Stenstrom. Those are the moments that we keep talking about. Be patient, yet recognize when you can play a little earlier, because if you're going to attack with numbers down. So anytime you could attack with even numbers, it makes sense to take that risk.
This one played to Larson, and back in the middle, some miscommunication from the center and right backs. And North's going to win this one at midfield.
It's a handball there.
All right, whistle goes. You're going to have another opportunity here for North. Haven't seen too much in the way of fouls or infractions yet, just the one foul. Have another set-piece opportunity. A couple of them for North here this evening. One corner, this one sent into
dangerous
the box.
ball. Get a
great
touch.
One, and that one played, but composure that time from the goalkeeper as she took that one right out of midair. Didn't seem like she had any panic on her face.
No, she was pretty composed because that was a good ball and good run by both Suarez and Hefty. Good header on Suarez, but it obviously right at the keeper's hands, and she was pretty composed to hold on to it.
Reese going to play this one wide. Now back into the midfield. Another heavy touch. And that one going to be turned over. Just sent over the line by Rodriguez. And North's going to have another opportunity to set up their offense a bit with a throw-in right here.
That's a good little turn.
Reese has this one. Keeps it. Good pressure by the defense. This one's sent over the top. And that one's just going to be hauled in by the goalkeeper once again. He's going to send this one towards midfield, taken in by Belvidere North. Good ball play that time. It's Haley Gallus as she sends this one, but we're going to have another offsides call from the official down on our side. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for being here this Thursday evening at Belvidere North High School for tonight's matchup between the Guilford Vikings and Belvidere North Blue Thunder, presented by Exit Realty and agent Brian Bottcher, Frank Matuz, and Trevor Larson on the call. Belvidere North up 2-0 as here's an opportunity for Guilford as Stenstrom tries to send that one in. Good defensive pressure that time by the center back. Didn't allow her to get a good clean kick of the ball, that one. And it's going to be a goal kick for Belvidere North.
Yeah, and you're right. Rubia, the defensive center back for Belvidere North, did a good job of closing down his space, and still created a really quality chance for Guilford. And those are the key moments. Again, try to find that early ball for her, for Stenstrom there, because she can cover that ground pretty quickly. And so just stay in the game a little bit longer. Now 2-0 for me is always the most dangerous lead in soccer because, you feel you got that game in hand and the next goal really becomes that much more important. So obviously if you're Belvidere North, you want to get that third. If you're Guilford, you just want to make sure you run off as much minutes on the clock and get your rhythm and continue creating dangerous opportunities to get that 2-1 goal.
The official said that one did go over, so it'll give an opportunity for both teams to reset on this throw-in chance. It's going to be thrown to the feet of Galvez, and another turnover at midfield by Suarez. She has just been all over the place on defense, really leading to some great opportunities as she tries to touch that one forward. One is going to be finally gotten out by Guilford, and a ball that probably went off to the left a little bit more than she was intending that time, looking for Stenstrom on the run as Rodriguez is going to get this one back and sends it mid. But another good defensive play that time by Young to get it out and push the ball into the offensive side of the field. More fancy footwork by Young that time. But that one's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover to the Vikings once again.
Yeah, I like what Young did there, but once it didn't go through, they try to get down the same channel, same grid on there in the first one. Once it didn't occur, look inside again, especially because you've got more numbers in the middle of the pitch than Guilford does. But pretty comfortable on the ball on both sides. And that time seems to be, again, they're trying to stretch it out, so they're doing a good job of being patient.
So it's going to be a foul that time on Suarez. A little bit too aggressive, also with the push. So it'll give an opportunity for the Vikings to get set with a set play. Perhaps a little bit too long to send this one into the box, but they're going to try it.
Yeah,
that one
that's a good job.
Shy. Stenstrom was trying to jockey for position. They retain, and that one taken in by the goaltender. Didn't handle it cleanly, but she handled it. That's what's important. That's another good opportunity that time for the Vikings. As they're going to maintain possession. Now that one's going to be taken away. And this one's going to be sent in for Stenstrom trying to make a run. But good clearance that time by the defense. Sends it out. Still a great opportunity. One of the better ones we've had in this game for the Vikings. As it looks like they're going to push some of their players forward into the box as they try to get a goal back here with 20 minutes to play in the first half.
Good. Don't let them build out of that because you're right. They have a lot of numbers forward.
Good clearance out of the box that time by the defense.
Yep.
And a good touch that time. Here is Belvidere North on the counterattack, trying to get the through ball down past the defense. But a good play that time by Reese Zedeker to get that one out, as North is going to have an opportunity for a throw end down in the offensive zone as they try to put up another one here before the end of the first half.
That was a good run by Gallister with the ball. I would like to have seen her attack on that left-hand side only because when Hefty made that run down the middle, all three defenders came with her, and so really opened up a lot of space for the other end. But you can't blame her for trying to find Hefty on those spaces in that part of the field. She's going to cause some issues.
Bit of a dangerous touch that time by the center back as North is going to turn this one over again. Not sure if that was a long shot or perhaps some
Yeah.
miscommunication with Reese. Either way, it is going to go out of the back line, and it's going to be another goal kick here for the Vikings.
She felt like she could hit it. She mishit it, but and again from there, that's within her range. But obviously, she didn't hit it very well and changed her mind halfway through, which makes it even that much more difficult.
Yeah, long shots are always tough to defend whenever they're hit cleanly, as this one mishit. So it's going to be Belvidere North ball. They might have had an opportunity, but another missed kick here. Had a couple of those. Been a pretty clean game otherwise. Seen some long shot attempts, some on target, some off target, what you would expect on a game like we have here this evening. But
Yeah, it's a good ball right there. Good little run. Good defending by Zedeker as well.
North still with the ball as they try to push this one forward, trying to get their third goal of the half. Hefty with 2 of them so far, both of them coming in the first 10 minutes as the Vikings turn this one over, and they're finally able to clear it out back towards midfield.
It's a good job by Gauss winning it back so that Stenstrom didn't have that one chance. They ended up started on the left-hand side of the field, got it all the way to the right here. Just continue moving the ball a little bit sooner.
Myers putting some pressure on the ball alongside Stenstrom, and, that is Herrera Robles, as they put pressure on the ball, and it's going to go to the Vikings. This one, they're going to try to make a run, but that one, like, we talked about the conditions here. I think the ball might be a little slick.
Yeah.
It's mostly dried up, but with the weather as it has been, we've had some great weather here these past few days, but in the low 50s here tonight, and the grass doesn't dry quite as quickly, so I think that one probably affected it. Slipped out of her hand just a touch, but the Vikings were able to get the ball back here as they try once again to get some offense going.
Yeah. I think that's a good job by Stenstrom to turning inside and fine. Now play an early ball in. Good.
Stenstrom now works it back, sends it middle. The Vikings still have it, and they force a clearance from the center back for the Belvidere North Blue Thunder. The Vikings still with it as they try to work their offense. Another ball into the middle of the field. Here's Galvez. Turns, but can't quite get the ball through the defense, and Belvidere North now with a counter-attacking opportunity. Try to send this one deep. Zedeker once again on it. She has really been marking Hefty pretty aggressively here in this one. Anytime that they try to thread a ball through to Hefty, we've called her names Reese Zedeker a couple times tonight. She's been the key point here on defense.
Yeah, and she's not going to take any chances. Like on that play there, normally she'll try to connect and keep the ball, but she knows that Hefty's going to press her right away, so she's playing it as quickly as she can out of the back.
Of course, always good to have your defense set. We've seen a couple of good counter-attacking opportunities for Belvidere North. A couple of goals here on those opportunities here this evening. But for the most part, there has been some good opportunities, but whenever the Vikings have had an opportunity to set their defense, that's when we've seen them get some players back, and they haven't allowed a goal on those opportunities yet. Nice little play to touch that one forward and couldn't quite control it. Rodriguez had an opportunity to perhaps push that one forward to Stenstrom. Might have come up just a little bit on the bounce that time. But that throw in off of the Vikings again. North retains. This one sent back towards midfield. Gallis has this one. Plays a great ball down the left. Cross opportunity into the box. And a touch, but she cannot put it home.
I called it a goal, so I was a really good ball to open up the field out wide and a good service back in the box. And so when Hefty made that run, there really wasn't any contact there, so I thought for sure she was going to be able to reflect. And she did. She just tried to get a little touch. Just needed just a tad stronger touch, but good ball movement there.
I couldn't quite tell from our perspective. A couple of players in front of that one. I didn't see if either the goalkeeper or a defense player got a touch on that one. Clearly they affected her, but a bit of a break that time for the Vikings, as now here North on the attack once again.
That's good little – I mean, Guilford had 4 girls on Haley there at that point, and yet they still got through somehow. This is where Belvidere North's got to go back to try to use the width. When those players are open and they're crowding up in the middle, play the simple passes out wide to close, open up some space in the middle.
Stenstrom's really trying to break free. We've seen a
Yep.
couple of runs
It's
as a good ball down wide, but can't control that one. You can tell she's a little bit frustrated with herself. She's a great player for the Vikings. Just, the game has really been played on this side of the field here tonight. We're going to see if they try to put on some more ball pressure here in the second half as they try to work back into this ball game.
Again, a good little switch there by Scarlett Reese to get the ball out wide of the open space.
Do have a flag. I believe they are signaling that one might be offsides. Either way, it's going to be Guilford ball. So we have about.
He's calling it that the ball was out of bounds for a throw in on the side before she got the service in. And so obviously from here we couldn't tell, but he's standing close there, so she must have allowed the ball to go out of bounds. Again, we keep showing that today, that maybe playing on the football stadium, the width seems to be one of the issues for both groups because it's going out of bounds quite often.
Vikings trying to throw people forward, trying to get a goal here before the end of the first half. 13 minutes left to play here in the first. North on top, 2-0. Hefty's got both of them. As the Belvidere North squad once again have a great attacking opportunity. This one sent
good patience
in and
as well.
Back to Reese. Reese looking to line something up, sends it deep, and got enough of a touch on it that time. Didn't quite scoot by her. Bit of a lucky break for the goaltender that time. Reese almost had a goal from outside the box, but it stays 2-0 here, 12.5 to go.
Good little save by the goalie because it didn't have as much pace as another really dangerous going in for Hefton as their third.
She nets it again. A turnover and another goal for Hefty. She's got 3 of them here in the first half. Another impressive offensive performance by one of the best forwards in the league here on senior night.
Yeah, and all 3 goals are created by really good crafty runs at the right timing. Because, it's one thing to have those runs, but if the timing isn't on, it kind of doesn't make it as dangerous. This is where her game is really raised. She kind of moves around and puts herself in the right place. And when those moments are on, there's a difference from good players to great players. And that she's showing that today. Now, obviously, the passing come out of the middle is really great as well. That's where the benefit of playing on grass today, because those balls normally will be a little bit faster on turf when we play, and because the grass slows it down just a tad, it allows Hefty to have that extra 1 or 2 seconds, and she's not going to miss with 1 or 2 extra seconds.
And we were talking about it, Frank, a little bit pregame before we started our broadcast, but a lot of seniors here tonight for Belvidere North. And, obviously they played all their games here at home, here at Belvidere North, Milt Brown Stadium. So there's definitely a clear comfort level. You talked about timing those runs. You've got midfielders and forwards that have played with each other for 4 years, maybe even more at the club level, as we're going to have a foul there.
Yeah, Reese was just a second late when trying to make the tackle, and Reese Etika, that is the Guilford defender, and obviously a clean foul. I was wondering if he was going to get her more just because she was a little late and had it, but again, she was trying to win the ball with no intent, but definitely got her. So it sets up another dangerous set piece from here. It's one of those where if you can get the ball in between the PK spot and the 6-yard box, sort of like what they did before, it's just getting a contact. So we'll see how they handle this one.
Sends this one in. It's going to be touched by the keeper, but it's going to be put in the back of the net once again. I'm going to say it is a good goal. So they have put up 4 here in the first half. This one coming with 10:57 left to go in the first.
They're calling offsides there or a foul. I'm not sure what it is so that would have been Hefty's 4th goal there because she was the one that got the tap. I'm not sure what it was, but obviously the goal is taken away for their foul or offsides is what they must have called.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I thought that was going to be disallowed. They did put it up on the scoreboard, but they took it off. So no goal. Still remains 3-0. Belvidere North on top here. 10:30 to go in the first half. This one over the top. Stenstrom bumped off, but it's going to be off of Belvidere North. She's pushing everybody forward. And before that last play, Frank, we were talking, talking about the number of seniors, the amount of communication some of these players
Yep.
have had. Really, really strong performance by the upperclassmen here for Belvidere
Yep.
North. You can tell there's a comfort level here with the midfielders in the attack.
And they've also, because it is a special night for them, it's something that they'll remember. They got that little extra edge because of that. Now, getting a goal in the first 42 seconds of the game allows you to have that feeling, but they've done a good job of taking advantage of that. And so you could tell it's a close group that likes each other, and they want to leave a night where they're going to remember, and they can say later on, remember our senior night.
Great ball down the right wing that time, but a good play by the defensive back.
And reset it one more time, closing that space, and did a good job.
Still staying with North. Fomachan has it. She's going to throw this one into the box.
Good ball. Good little turn on Haley there.
Trying to set something up down near the corner. That one sent into the box. Another good pass. Now played out. Reese has this one. A long shot opportunity. That one just skipping across the ground. So an easy save opportunity that time for Guilford.
Scarlett Reese, obviously being one of those seniors, truly wants to score a goal, and you could see that because anytime and in not bad decisions, she's got the ball, from 20 to 30 yards out with no pressure. She's looking to take that shot. I'd like to see her getting in another 5-10 yards. Then that's definitely within her range for sure.
Fomachan could not keep that one inbounds, so it's going to be Guilford ball. Stenstrom actually coming all the way down to pick that one up off of the throw-in, but it's going to be turned over once again. As a miss hit that time, so North still has it.
And she's got it.
Cross in, and it is in. A fantastic goal, left foot. That one in the top right corner, crossing the face of the goal, and Belvidere North now up 4-0 on a long shot that time. That one coming 8:21 left to go here in the first half.
A really good switch of fields again, and that side, that left-hand side for Guilford has been open all day long, and great shot by Vera. So good composure, good balance. And I was also, now I know we didn't use Hefty on that, but I was watching her run when the ball got out wide, and she really did a great job of separating herself from those two defenders, and so no one stepped on Vera, and Vera was smart, just took a chance and put it in the back of the net.
First goal of the evening for Vera Sita. Hefty with the other three as Guilford now working a counterattack. Great play on the feet that time by Fomachan. Isabella Fomachan.
That space is on again.
As North looking to play here on the counterattack. A good ball through. Just a little bit too much pace that time. But we've seen some very aggressive balls put through into the offensive zone for Belvidere North, and that has led to 3 goals here tonight. That last one, of course, coming from outside the box on a missed kick.
The goal was from 5cc,
Oh.
not
Okay, correction. That goal, Cecilia Bottcher had that one instead of Vera Sita. But a great play that time by her to put that win in just a couple of moments ago.
Yeah, it's obviously from here this far. I think Vera's the one right underneath her, and similar number, 07 instead of 5. But really good finish, and obviously we're glad that we identified the correct player to do that because she did a really good job there.
Yeah, seen some great goals by Hefty.
Ooh,
but
that's
that
another
one
great ball. It's close.
Yep. As that one is going to be offsides. Good play that time by the defenseman to kind of coax her into getting a little bit behind the defense.
Oh, he got the news as well. There you go. I think we followed him when he announced that's who scored, so we just took that. But on that last play right there, that was awfully close. I think they got it right, don't get me wrong, but had they been able to play that pass in half a second earlier, they would have gone Hefty with another breakaway. And those are the ones where Guilford's going to have to just sacrifice another player just to really man mark her. Play her like the old days when they really said, wherever she goes, you better be able to tap her. And just because she obviously is on today, and anytime she gets a space, she's going to be dangerous. This is a good little counterattack play. Right idea, just not good enough pass to separate the Belvidere North's defenders.
So again, that last goal, just getting that correction. CC Poposi as this one is going to be played back towards the goalkeeper. A bit aggressive that
Now,
time.
she could pick that up with her hands because it's not an intentional pass. A lot of the kids forget about that because you can't pass the ball back to the goalkeeper and then pick it up. But, I mean, I guess it would have been the referee's discretion, but there's no way that Reese Zedeker meant to play that ball back to the goalie. She was trying to clear and misclear it, and so therefore that would have been a little easier. But obviously we tell our keepers, if you're not sure, then don't use your hands because you'd hate to them to say, oh, no, I truly believe she was trying to pass it to you, and then they could have called that.
This one going to be kept that time at midfield by Sita. And she has it now. Looking to play that one down the left wing. But a good play that time by the goalkeeper for Guilford as she is able to come out and play that ball. As they get a bit of a breather here. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Belvidere North up 4-0. As that one's going to be played out off the right side. And North is going to have another great opportunity here to net at least one more goal. 4:45 on the clock.
Yeah, if I'm Belvidere North, I want to get that fifth right now, just to take that completely momentum. I know 4 is a lot of goals at this point, don't get me wrong, but if anything else, it's sort of you've been here, you've created those chances, go get that last one, and then obviously it then allows you to get some of these seniors that maybe aren't playing as often as they'd like to and let them have a fun day at it as well. And obviously if that occurs, I do think Hefty is going to be one of those that gets sacrificed or taken away. But at that point, it makes sense. There's no doubt that Guilford's got a tough task, but you sort of want them to know that there is no chance to come back and get that fifth goal. Definitely, that's what sends that message.
The goal kick here for the Vikings. Again, we're talking about it. They are trying to get back into this one. They love a goal here before the end of the first half. North trying to establish their dominance as a great run through the middle. But a nice play that time back on defense. And Guilford's goaltender going to fall on that one as they have a chance to perhaps push some of their players forward. 3.5 left to go. Still plenty of opportunity for both sides to net at least one, if not 2 more goals. A nice play that one to send it down the right wing. Just really physical, the Belvidere North defense. You know, Frank, I've been watching Stenstrom whenever they're trying to get her the ball, and just really aggressive play. You know, we've seen the cornerbacks as well as the center backs really, you know, almost push her or shove her at times here tonight.
I think they know that if they're going to give up or if they're going to give up a goal, it's going to be with Stenstrom coming through and beating it. So they're really being aggressive on that first defender. Relying that even if they have to, if there's a foul committed, then still gives them plenty of time. And that's what Shenstrom's good. If she could spin that first defender and take advantage of open space, she could cause some problems. So I don't see that changing any time today. I think that's their game plan, is making sure she doesn't touch the ball because then you don't have to worry about it. And let's see what Ruby's dropping off this time as we say that. But smart little read, yep.
Yeah, but it looks like Martinez just couldn't quite get to that one. She swung, clipped the feet of the Belvidere North player. No booking. It's just going to go as a regular foul. But 2 minutes left. Looks like North is really going to push everybody forward here. They got their 2 center backs back, but everybody coming up as they try to net their 5th one. Good, strong play into the box.
Good defending by Guilford on that. Now to go back to Stenstrom on that one play, this is where she's going to have to recognize. You know, I was saying that Ruby, the center back from Belvidere North, sort of gave her that space, and then she was trying to combine to get the ball back in place. So if their player is not going to stay you that tight, that's where you got to spin and then go at them. But Ruby did a good job of dropping off, looking like she was going to come in and close the space, and gave it that space. So that's another great
opportunity, and a turnover near midfield leads to yet another goal here for Belvidere North. Who else?
Yep.
But Hefty, as she puts her 4th one in the back of the net. 1:32 left to go. That one coming in at 38 and 28 seconds here in the first half, as Belvidere North have established a dominant lead, 5-0, and still a minute and a half left, Frank. You know, you talked about that 5th goal.
Yeah.
What's better than 5? 6.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can get another one or if Guilford can get one back here before the end of the half. As a good play that time by Stenstrom to force some pressure, but an impressive play by Belvidere North to get that one back towards midfield. As now this one's cleared back once again towards midfield. A lot of back and forth here in those last 10 seconds at midfield.
Yeah, and even though Cortland Hefty scored that last goal, they've already pushed it back to the midfield, more of a holding mid where she can get more touches there and play those other players in. That was just one that she got in top the box and was really good and went on one-on-one against 3 different players and got through and a great little finish. Now, all 4 goals today been on the ground to the far post, just out of the goalkeeper's reach. So she's not trying to kill us, she's trying to finish, and she's done that really, really well. So obviously I think the reason she's still in is maybe because it is a senior night and she's a senior, and putting those other kids in, and she could play those balls behind the defender just like that. And again, Zedek did a good job of trying to track down the space.
15 seconds. We'll see if they get another opportunity here on offense.
Good quick restart.
Good defensive pressure by Guilford to force that one back out. And they're going to clear this one back towards the midline. Clock runs down.
Yeah.
And that's going to be it for the first half of action. After 40 minutes, Belvidere North up on top 5-0 here on senior night. Cortland Hefty with 4 in the first half. 1 goal by Cici Paposi. And we're going to have 10 minutes at halftime here. Frank, your thoughts on that first half for both squads?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, we talked about it was going to be difficult for Guilford to control Hefty, and she just proved us right, where she's really, really on today and made it difficult. Guilford's trying to get numbers behind the ball, but it's coming down where she's just being smart and taking advantage of what they give. Now, the rest of the Belvidere North players, the mids and the backs, deserve some credit because they're also doing exactly what the game plan was, and that just move the ball and find the
Seiler Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement.
Senior night does make a difference, you could tell. But again, it comes down to that one player if you can't control in this game more than any other game. But I know we got 5 goals, but that's not a normal thing, not even in high school soccer. So goals are extremely difficult to get to. She's made it look easy, and everybody else has done a good part with it.
So we'll take a break for a halftime, about 8.5 minutes until second half kicks. You're watching high school girls soccer here on Clutch Sports Media 815, presented by Exit Realty and agent Brian Bottcher. We'll be back a few moments prior to the second half kick to take you out through the rest of this one. Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Integrated Home Care Services is celebrating 35 years of caring for our community. Integrated Home Care Services can help you and your loved ones be more independent, safe, and confident in your home. See how we can help by learning more at Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvidere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Seiler Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seiler.
I think one of the special things about D1 is it's not about D1's goal. It's about your goal. Wherever you're at, whatever that goal is, maybe it's to make the high school team, maybe it's to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, you show up, you tell us your goal, and let us help you get there. One of the themes at D1 is to level up. No matter where you are, our heart is to help you take the next step. What would be your goal? Why do you show up to train?
Personally, I would like to play football in college.
How can you get 1% better today?
Just be the person next to me, be myself every day.
When you show up here, if you have that mindset of, hey, I got a goal, I'm going to embrace the grind, and I would rather experience the pain of discipline than the pain of regret. So what is D1 5-star training? Number one, it starts with a dynamic warm-up. They're getting our body in the position, in the place we need it so that we can perform, which is number two. Because performance for an athlete is king. But our effort is 90% or more of whatever exercise we were doing. Number three is strength. Then we get to really get into the weight room and focus on the strength. And number four is core and conditioning. For me, conditioning is not a lot about what you can do. It's about that place that you're willing to go. You're willing to push yourself, and then we finish with a cool down. So that's our 5-star workout here at D1. We believe it's proven. We believe it works. We believe it'll also work for you. So don't be afraid of showing up, and let us help you take the next steps.
D1!
Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvidere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial guidance from Waterside Financial Advisors. Go Vikings! Tonight's game is presented by Brian Falk State Farm. Call Brian at 815-398-2552. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Rockford Lightning, Rockford's first semi-pro women's basketball team. Stay up to date on team news on their Instagram and Facebook feeds. Seiler Financial, our family helping your family. Listen to 1440 WROK every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Navigating Retirement with Drew Seiler.
I think one of the special things about D1 is it's not about D1's goal. It's about your goal. Wherever you're at, whatever that goal is, maybe it's to make the high school team, maybe it's to lose 20 pounds, whatever it is, you show up, you tell us your goal, and let us help you get there. One of the themes at D1 is to level up. No matter where you are, our heart is to help you take the next step. What would be your goal? Why do you show up to train?
Personally, I would like to play football in college.
How can you get 1% better today?
to just meet the person next to me, be myself every day.
When you show up here, if you have that mindset of, hey, I got a goal, I'm going to embrace the grind, and I would rather experience the pain of discipline than the pain of regret. So what is D1 5-star training? Number one, it starts with a dynamic warm-up. They're getting our body in the position, in the place we need it so that we can perform, which is number two. Because performance for an athlete is king. But our effort is 90% or more of whatever exercise we were doing. Number three is strength. Then we get to really get into the weight room and focus on the strength. And number four is core and conditioning. For me, conditioning is not a lot about what you can do. It's about that place that you're willing to go. You're willing to push yourself, and then we finish with a cool down. So that's our 5-star workout here at D1. We believe it's proven. We believe it works. We believe it'll also work for you. So don't be afraid of showing up, and let us help you take the next steps. D1!
Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. D1 Training Rockford. Try their Rockford training facility for free. Call 815-569-5630 to learn more. Train different with D1. 9 Iron Belvidere. Enjoy a virtual golfing experience all winter long for solo practice sessions, business gatherings, or date night. 9 Iron. Golf, game, gather. Busy Beaver Tree Care. For exceptional tree services second to none, Busy Beaver Tree Care is your best option. We're a local, family-owned and operated business founded in 2003. We're not satisfied until you are. Waterside Financial Advisors is teaming up with the Guilford Vikings to bring you more than just a game. Get ready to shoot for your goals as they provide independent financial guidance for the life you want to live. Elevate your game both on and off the court with reliable financial. Seiler Financial, our family. Brian Bottcher with Exit Realty. Whether you want to buy or sell, Brian works hard for his clients in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. Call 815-378-2170 today. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back here. Getting started for second half action here at Belvidere North High School. The Blue Thunder currently on top of the Guilford Vikings by a tally of 5-0. 4 goals netted by Cortland Hefty in that first half. You know, we talked about her a little bit here, Frank. You know, one of the best goal scorers in the entire Nick 10. Doing it all again here tonight for Belvidere North on senior night. That's got to be special.
Yeah, it's again, not just for herself or her teammates that they've gone to school for 4 years now. And so that's so like we talked about a little before we came back. I was sort of surprised that they're there. Then I remembered, oh, yeah, it is senior night. So normally you can throw, you know, like we were talking about how many goals she's had and how impressive. And I was like, well, yeah, that could have been double or triple because usually by a normal game she wouldn't be there. Today I could understand that because this is the senior night for him. So I still think that if she stays, she's going to move. They're going to move her all the way to the back and not up top there. But my gut feeling is that the other kids will come in for her. But she doesn't want to get off the field as well. I've coached her like this. We don't get too many of these games, but regardless of what it is, she wants to stay on the field. That's a good little turn by Stenstrom there and good return pass. This is what they were looking for. Now, she was just tired by the time she got that ball because that would have been a perfect time to continue to get by those two center backs. But again, a little life for Guilford, which is what they want.
Yeah, again, so if you're just joining us here for the second half of action here at Belvidere North High School, you're watching high school soccer, girls soccer here on Clutch Sports Media 815, presented by Exit Realty and agent Brian Bottcher. Again, here on senior night at Belvidere North High School. Belvidere North on top 5-0 alongside Frank Matthews. I am Trevor Larson on this evening's call here on this beautiful Thursday evening, wherever you are. Such a pleasure to have you join us. If you want to see some highlights from that first half and second half of action whenever it concludes, be sure to follow us on social media platforms at Clutch Sports 815. Good opportunity here for Belvidere North. That one crossed, but it goes in behind the net. Good run on the attacking wing that time for Belvidere North. Really their second good attacking opportunity already here in this first half.
Yeah, and again,
Second half.
I was right that they've dropped Hefty much further down, and obviously trying to split that mids and to find those runners coming forward. And then that's really what they're looking to do now is instead of trying to find her up front, have her take over the mid and find the open players in the offensive half of the field.
Guilford trying to get a touch in behind the defense, but good play that time by the center backs. But Guilford still with it. They try to get this one into the offensive zone. They cannot, and this one goes out of bounds. Frank, we were looking at stats here coming into tonight's ball game. Hefty had 56 goals coming into this one, so by our count here in the game tonight, she has put up 60 goals on the season. This is their 18th game. Of course, scoring more than 3 per game. She's eclipsed that with her 4 here tonight. And, we were mentioning it. They've had a great record on the season, as this one's going to be taken in by the goalkeeper. But they've had a number of games where they were comfortably in the lead. So, if they had some closer games, she could be even higher. But, 60 goals in 18 games, that's a crazy amount. Certainly one of the contenders for conference MVP this season.
Yeah,
and
clearly.
Certainly a first-team all-conference player.
Yeah, clearly the numbers back it up. There's nothing else that you need to see and impressive. So you would hate, like we could talk about earlier, and she has taken some minutes off where she's playing different position, not playing at all. And yet, that's a good strike.
That goes just wide. A good touch that time by Stenstrom.
Yeah, I started to go back to Hefty. So now, and I could see that when I looked at it, got the 2 other seniors up top, and she's really trying to put them in a position where they can score a goal. Is what her role is right now, without being on that sideline by no means. But you could see that that's really what they're looking to do. On the other side, that was another good opportunity by Stenstrom on there. So, Belvidere North does have to be careful here. Make sure you close her off and not allow her to get touches because she also has that goal to nose, and she's just trying to get that one goal, to bring a little life back in. When I look at the players on the field as well, when Belvidere North there's and play smooth ball in, nope.
Have to try to make a run, but that one's going to be cut off by Larson. Good play that time on the attacking opportunity for Belvidere North.
It's a good win back by Strentham there, but I was just saying, so they moved Reese Zedica, who had played in the back the whole first half, to keep an eye on Hefty, is now in the midfield. To obviously, I think the same concept, keep an eye on her and deny her opportunities as much as possible. I think that actually gives Guilford a better chance to find Strentham or whoever else going forward. Makes it a little bit more difficult in the back, obviously.
Yeah, we've definitely seen an uptick in aggression on offense here for the Vikings in the second half so far. We've had a couple of good opportunities, still trying to find the back of the net here.
It's a good win there by Zedek, and simple play to the open teammates. And they're just trying to get something going forward, which is a positive thing.
Here, Stenstrom has it, plays it back to Martinez. Martinez in the middle. Over to her teammate, Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for a teammate, tries to thread it through. That one skips by everybody.
Yeah.
And a good run on the ball that time by Stenstrom. She has it in the box. Still working against number 10, Brianna Young, as North finally get it out. Good defensive counterplay that time by North, but Guilford's still with it.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of having somebody like Resega in the middle. So, Belvidere North did a good job of winning the ball, but yet, unlike the first half, when they did go forward, it was intercepted and then gave the Guilford that second chance one more time. So I actually think having Zedekar in the middle is an advantage for Guilford in this half. Even if it was, I think part of that role is because of the switch with the other one. But it so far, and it's only been 7 minutes or so, not even, they've created a lot more chances in these few minutes than they were able to in the whole first half.
Guilford plays this one back, now
That's a good
down
ball.
the field. So they've got an opportunity. They try to get it through. But this one attempted to clear out, and that one goes off of a Viking player. A bit unfortunate if you're Guilford. That was another great opportunity. They've had a couple of them so far here. About 7 minutes into the second half of action. Again, if you're just joining us, Belvidere North on top 5-0 in this one. All 5 goals for North coming in the first half. 4 of them by a Hefty, 1 by Paposi, as they try to... we're going to have a whistle as they try to continue to expand on this lead. You've noted it a couple times. It does really look like they're trying to get some of those other seniors involved. Reese has had a couple of great opportunities, I know, for Belvidere North and for Cortland Hefty. They would love to get her one here in the second half tonight.
Yeah, and they're not going to stop playing until they at least give themselves the best chance to do that. So it's good defending there by Young. Again, recognizing that they're trying to find Stenstrom and then good timing.
More good play in the midfield for Belvidere North. As Gallus is able to work this one back, and back cleared out across midfield. Hefty, bit heavy touch, but another good play, able to get it all the way back to the right back for Belvidere North. Some back and forth here in the midfield here in these past couple of seconds. As another long shot, that one well wide for Guilford, and Belvidere North with an opportunity for another goal kick.
Yeah, it's a good showing so far for Guilford here because the majority of the action has taken place on Belvidere North side of the field. So more in between the half line and the 18-yard box, but that's a positive from how things went, and sort of that's what you have to do at this level. You play 10 minutes at a time. You know, be the better team for 10 minutes, and we could actually say that so far. They've been as good, if not better, in these 10 minutes, and we weren't able to see that in the first half. So. Good fight from Guilford.
Number 22, Gabriela Molina, trying to work that one down. She was able to keep it on her feet for a couple of seconds, but turned over. And a good play that time by the defense. Vences gets that one out of bounds as North has a throw-in opportunity near midfield.
That's a good little patience by Haley Gallus. Just a little too long in the final because Hefty had made a good little run and then could have played that and been dangerous on there. But again, deserves credit by Guilford by getting a body and closing out some space.
North trying to work this one back towards midfield. Cleared out by the center back. Another heavy touch by Stenstrom that time, trying to calm it down. And that one's going to be sent out. It'll stay with Belvidere North. Got another opportunity here as they try to continue to expand their lead. Up 5-0 here. A slower second half. We've had a couple of opportunities, but certainly a lot less quick counter-attacking measures by both squads so far. We'll see if that changes as, it is a second half of action. A lot of these players have been on the pitch.
Great ball right now and a good run. That's what they're looking for. Good recovery by Worley there as well. Again, there's no doubt that Belvidere North is trying to get one of those forwards in behind the defender, and that was a good ball, and a good recovery on there. So I think the action is going to pick up a little bit because both teams still want to score a goal. You could sell that. There's neither one of them on the field saying, okay, we got 5 goals, that's enough, or, we don't have any, let's just wait for the another day. They both want to get a goal here, which is always a fun one to watch.
Yeah, we will see if it picks up. It's a bit of a chilly night, as we kind of mentioned, but you're running around for 40 minutes. You don't entirely sit down during halftime, but you're certainly not moving as much. You might get a little stiff. So, we mentioned that first 10 minutes of action, a little bit slower pace, but I do think it will pick up a little bit here in the last half.
You could just sense it. It's coming a little bit more, so it'll be fun. And a good little punt on there, and Stenstrom did a good job, held on the ball, got fouled. Again, this is a dangerous ball. This is where, on the other end, Belvidere North had a couple of really dangerous chances here. So, play this over the defender and make the run in.
It's going to be an opportunity and a good save that time by Belvidere North, as that one almost put in the back of the net, but they couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, it's a good little follow, good shot. Unfortunately, it was right at the keeper, and the keeper deserves some credit. Not only did she make the save, but she held on the ball. So, again, this is a fun little good opportunities. Got to get the one in the back of the net. So, we're going to see more goals here today, though. We're not done with goals yet.
That last shot on goal coming by Azul Martinez. Again, couldn't quite put it in the back. A good through ball. Hefty's got some space off the left wing. Looking for a teammate.
Yep.
A low cross set up perfectly. And a great opportunity goes by the wayside as looks like couldn't quite hit it with full force that time, right outside the edge of the 6-yard box.
That was Haley Gallus. Made a really good run in the right position, just didn't get enough pace on the ball or placement. But again, keeper was in the right place, though. She didn't overcommit. She stayed and made herself big and came up with a save. And so, again, you could see now just in the last 3 minutes of this, we've had a lot more quality chances on both sides. So, both teams are wanting to show that they're not done playing yet. So this is going to be a fun little 27 minutes left.
A goal kick opportunity. 27-27 left on the clock here. Second half action at Belvidere North High School, where Belvidere North is on top 5-0 as they have 5 goals in that first half. No score here in the second. Some good opportunities here in the last couple of minutes. We can feel a couple of goals coming. As a ball over the top. Great positioning that time. A free run to the net. Setting up the goalkeeper, and she finds it. Another one home for Belvidere North as Hefty nets her 4th of the ball game, and the Blue Thunder on top 6-0 here in this one.
And again, it started off of a goal kick, and so really smart. Let him. But really smart of splitting the center mids there. To finding Reese, who then obviously just played the ball over the top. Anytime, anytime the team that you're playing against holds that line that high, you've got 60 yards of space to play, and you've got somebody who can do that, time it just right, like Hefty did. It's going to be difficult. So a really smart composure and turn on there. And as much as Hefty wanted to get their teammates a goal, she wasn't going to miss that one.
A quick correction, that was Hefty's 5th goal of the ball game. It's kind of hard to keep track whenever you got a player putting so many in the back of the net. It's unexpected, already with a hat trick in that first half, but 5 goals on the evening for her tonight. An impressive play. And that through ball over the top of the defense, Frank, that was an excellent placement. Hefty had a free run to the goal that, her teammate put it right over the top as we had another great opportunity down there. But like you said, she's the type of player, those opportunities, she's not going to miss. Yeah,
the timing. Those are all really good plays, and what's difficult is the execution part of it. She's making it look easy. So her and Scarlett Reese and Haley and whoever else, but those 3 specifically are definitely on the same page, and they're just a step quicker than the rest of the group. So they're making it look easy when what they're doing is not something that's really easy to do. So they deserve some credit for that.
And they've had a number of long balls over the top, are very impressive, very difficult to get those sometimes, but they've had some great opportunities as some physical play. That one is going to go off of the Belvidere North player, so an opportunity here for Guilford down near the 18-yard box. This one thrown in by Stenstrom. She gets it back, tries to play it centered, but Belvidere North with another run out. That one a little bit too mid. Hefty's still running.
It's dangerous still, and you could tell she was going to close down that space pretty quick.
So a turnover at midfield. Zedeker has this
good
one.
Good run.
She's marked there. Physicality by both players. Referees letting them play as that one's going to be cleared out. Good play that time going towards your own net. You kick that one out of the side so they don't get that corner. And then,
very smart, And Aubrey McGraw, who was defending Zedeker on that, did a really good job getting her inside hip just to get in the positioning so that Reese Zedeker couldn't continue going down that flank. So it really didn't make it a one-on-one defending. She gave herself the best option, and obviously teammate came over and eliminated any of these dangers and said, hey, you go take the throw, and we're okay. We got numbers back at this point. So good little battle between those two.
This one thrown in and cleared out by Belvidere North over the top.
And like right there is what Hefty didn't even gave that impression. I'm not going to challenge you. It's a good hit.
Calmly taken in by the goalkeeper. Whenever you get that one-touch opportunity, that one very high up in the air. Again, good composure that time by the goalkeeper to haul that one in.
Yeah. those are dangerous sometimes to judge where it is, especially if the wind picks up. But you're right. Earlier on, we felt like we had a little more strong wind. We look at the corner flags, and there's not really moving it whatsoever. So the wind definitely's come down a little bit.
Here's Belvidere North once again throwing opportunity near midfield. Sita has this one, playing it into the midfield.
That smooth little ball for Hefty would have been in again.
Gallus almost had a run off of a turnover, but good play by the center back she was able to get that one away from Gallus, who almost, from our perspective, looked like she was about to turn and fire, but just a good positioning that time on the back.
Yeah, I think Gallus was trying to get Hefty in, couldn't do it on her very first chance, and then was just trying to get her body around and buy some time to time it right, and Guilford defender did a good job closing the space.
Here's Hefty once again. He's looking for a teammate, keeps it in. Oh, no, they're going to say that one does go out, and it's going to be a goal kick just over the touchline. A little bit difficult to see from our perspective, but the referee right on top of that one. Dangerous opportunity. That one almost certainly was going to be a goal with her positioning. Bit of a break that time for the Vikings.
Yeah, and those are the ones that are close because a lot of times you'll get the benefit of that being out, benefit if you're the team defending. But it's the whole ball that has to be completely over the line. And so sometimes – it's hard to tell, and they get it wrong. But he made a decision right away, so and didn't let it build to where it became something you have to talk about later. Oh, that's a good ball.
Gallus with the ball, and that one just narrowly avoiding disaster as the goalkeeper just able to pick that one up at the last second. Lasconis almost able to net that one into the back of the net. North still on the attack here.
Good ball, good run out there as well. Let's see.
Another cross, and this one going to be taken in by the goalkeeper. Looks like she was trying to curl that one back a little bit further. Emerson Lasconis had a free run to the far post. If that one just a little bit further, that one would have been a goal for Belvidere North. Yeah,
McKenna Lina did a good job and made a good run, but then rushed. That's a little service on there, and keeper did well to come and grab it. So she got it so quickly that's part of it. Here comes Stenstrom on the other side.
Turnover, and Stenstrom sends that one high and wide. So she's just been a little bit frustrated by the defense here tonight.
Frustrated, a little tired as well. They're making difficult on her. But that's what she has to be able to do. Is that's going to happen to her from moving on. People are going to know who she is, and they're going to put a body on her and trying to take you out of the game. Now, it's difficult because they're just – even when they're getting her the ball, those are tough balls at that. So she's got to work just to win it or just to try to get a touch. So she's done a good job, though. She's making it difficult on everyone. I'd like to see her get one, but I'm sure that the Belvidere North doesn't want that either. But just because of how hard she's competing. Here comes Belvidere North on the other end.
So thrown in on the outside of the 18-yard box, now played back. Here's
nice little cut.
Over to Lasconis. Trying to get it by her defender towards the corner, looking for an opportunity to send a cross in. And that one just over the end line once again, so it's going to be another goal kick. And we were talking about Stenstrom. One of the things that is really you have to consider here at the high school level, she's still an underclassman.
Sophomore.
So, playing at this level, at the varsity level, a lot of times your center backs are often going to be upperclassmen. Those are the players that really have to control the defense. So some of that physicality, she's still a couple of years younger than some of the upperclassmen on the other side. So as she continues to grow and, continue to play here over the next 2 years, I'm sure she's going to have the opportunity to take the attack on that physicality side. As, again, we mentioned, she's been a little bit frustrated here tonight by some of the physical play that she's seen.
Yeah, she's going up against Ruby, who's a senior, and Bree Young, who's a junior, who have played in every minute of every game, or as many minutes in games since their freshman year as well, and both can play at a high level. So they've made it really difficult on her. But, Stenstrom hasn't laid off of that. So, it's just a fine-tuning her little game. And you can tell she's going to get strong as well. Look, she made a 30-yard run just to check back to that ball. So she wants the ball, which is a good thing. So you want to see players that want to continue getting touches on the ball.
Here's Guilford with a counter-attacking opportunity, but too much pace on that through ball that time. It's going to be another turnover and a heavy touch. Difficult to control that one.
That's a tough ball to control right there. So it's a good little composure. Oh, they had the Lasconis out wide here as well, but good recovery.
So another opportunity here on the throw-in for Belvidere North. as they lead 6-0. 20 minutes left to go here in the second half of action. And you're watching high school girls soccer here on Clutch Sports Media 815. Trevor Larson alongside Frank Matuz on the call. Tonight's broadcast presented by Exit Realty and agent Brian Bottcher. Saw 5 goals in the first half for Belvidere North, 1 in the second. Guilford had some opportunities here in the second half of action, but nothing doing for them so far.
Ooh.
As the defense allows this one to be picked up on the back line. You know, you're talking about grass earlier in the ball game,
Yeah.
Frank. You know, it's definitely had an impact on the ball.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that you would expect to roll, 10, 20 yards further, they're just really sticking in the mud here tonight. And that has caused some dangerous situations for both sides.
Yeah, because you can see it right on that. It's actually a really nice field right now for this time of the year because sometimes, as we know in our area, we play a game in the rainy conditions and it just gets torn up. But they've actually done a really good job with it. It's a little high, so then it means the ball is going to move a little bit slower. She got knocked on there. Yep.
Yep, there was a collision near midfield as the two players came into contact with each other. Don't know if they banged heads or if it was just shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Looks like that's number 17, Isabella Fomachan. So she's being attended to by the trainers here right now.
I think she hopefully it's just got the wind knocked out of her. I didn't see the two heads combine, but either way, it's the right call by the ref right away to have someone come on and take a look at it. They both players went for the ball, not even knowing the other one is there is what happened because I was watching as it was going in.
She gets up and walks off. Both teams getting ready to reset, so he pops to her feet. Got a lot of depth here for this Belvidere North squad, so you know that's what they're there for.
Yep.
You know, obviously you never want to see a player go down, but for a squad like Belvidere North, where you have some reserves, I'm sure some of those reserves will be playing at the varsity level for other squads. But you just got such a talented team again coming into this one, 16-1 on the season, 6-1 in conference. Got a likely finish second to Boylan.
Yep.
Again, we mentioned it coming in. That heartbreaking loss, 2-3 on the road against Boylan High School. But still another successful season for Belvidere North as they try to finish this one out here tonight. 17:49 on the clock.
Yeah, and I know the conference is important. Don't get me wrong; it's really important. But for me, the biggest part of the year is the playoffs, and so obviously you want to continue gaining your momentum and playing better, and making a run at that tournament because that for me is much more difficult when you start going out of the area and play the best teams in those areas. And so, that as disappointed as they are, I'm sure about not getting that result. They've gotten better every game. They're putting up the numbers, don't get me wrong, but they, I think when I look at the scores, that's the one thing I've impressed is that because when you have a hard-fought loss like what they did, sometimes you struggle to get back in, and they just kind of put that in the back of the mind and use that. All right, so that one's gone. Let's go make sure we get the rest. And so I think they're going to put themselves in a good position for the playoffs. And I'm sure that's what you have to focus on now. Is it's great. Now let's go as the furthest we've ever been able to go, and I'm not even sure what that is, but.
And went a little bit too far out in front of Lascona. She made a great run behind her defender, but the ball just a little bit too much pace that time. So this one's going to be thrown in. Yeah, we've seen a number of teams that we have done some broadcasts as here's a long shot, and that one going to be taken in by the goalkeeper. But we've seen a number of teams from the area, including Belvidere North, have some postseason success around here. We always like to root for the Rockford area teams here, and with an impressive record, they're certainly going to have a opportunity to go deep in the playoffs with the experience they have on this squad. Yep. And whenever you got a goal scorer like Hefty is, you never know. She has a hot game against an elite school. You never know what might happen.
Yep.
North with an opportunity. There's Lasconis on the left wing. Tries to send this one in. A good ball. A nice clearance that time by the center back. As this one's going to be kept in by Belvidere North. Gallus still working. Good pace. Yep. Good work rate for her tonight.
Yeah, that kid just works every single second and can play anywhere. Like they're using him more as that true 6 or 8 or center mid, holding mid. But literally, she could fill any need that any team has, and will give everything she has for all 80 minutes. I was going to say 90 minutes because typically we played 90 in club level, but it's actually more than 90 in the high school because they stop for every time there's subs and goal kicks and goals. Where in club, it's a running clock, 90 minutes, So Yeah, she's had another good day.
One turnover at midfield once again.
It's another good chance. I see the movement off the ball for Hefty. Now she could play. There you go. Now she's going to keep going and looking for find a teammate.
Plays it through. This one, an opportunity sent to the far
Yeah.
post by Gallus, and she put her hands on her head. She knows that she had a great opportunity, sent it just wide, and it'll go out and be harmless. It'll be a goal kick.
And I think that's not a goal because they're up 6-0, because when Hefty played that ball in to Haley in a tight game, she's actually checking to get that ball back in, and now you're getting the ball at your feet 6 to 8 yards away from the goal. She's not going to miss that. And I think this one was more like, hey, you did the work, and you've done the work all game long. You go get a goal, because literally when she played that, she stood there and watched. It's a good effort by Haley, just missed the whole goal by a little bit. So I think you could see Hefty is in, but she's going to shoot and score if she can, but she's trying to get her teammates in the game as well.
This one, a hard shot, punched away by the goalkeeper. Couldn't haul that one in. A lot of pace on that shot.
I'm not sure there's many who can hold on to that ball there.
So Belvidere North going to keep this one about 10 yards away from the end line. They're trying to set up yet another goal-scoring opportunity. This one sent a long shot. Again, a little bit too wide. Turning and firing on the, you turn and fire blindly. Sometimes you hit it true and it hits the back of the net. Other times it goes wide. But you want to keep your players continuing, those aggressive shots that have, that's been part of their success this season.
Yes, Scarlett Reese has got a leg on her, so that's not something that she can't do. And as a matter of fact, it surprised me she's not put on frame. She can hit that. I would like to have seen her turn a little bit sooner and take a little less composure on the finish. But her thought was, I'm going to get this shot off and see if I could score.
Here's Martinez trying to thread this one through. Good play that time, but
it's a great win back by Stenstrom.
As once again, she gets bumped off the ball. That was Herrera on defense that time. Here's Belvidere North. They keep it in. Paposi trying to feather that one back towards midfield, but good play on the wing that time by the defense. And this one's going to be sent back out to midfield to Hefty.
It's a good little touch by the Scarlet there, because those balls the timing is difficult at times.
So that last one over to Reese at midfield. And we saw Hefty move back towards the midfield, but looks like she has pushed forward
back up top,
again. Yeah, trying to get her teammates some opportunities. Belvidere North making a run. So a long shot towards the far post. Good play that time. Picks it up off the turf. This one sent out back away once again by the Vikings.
That's a good touch by Stenstrom trying to turn. Now get in the gap and see if we can get it back. Good foul there.
Yeah, it looks like she was just run over from behind that time. Navarro didn't feel the pressure and not really a play on the ball, but not something that you're going to get booked for as you're trying to make your way through the offensive player towards the ball. So we got a set-piece opportunity here for the Vikings.
We call those a really smart or professional fouls, because if she doesn't commit that foul, that means she allows her to play that through ball in to Stenstrom and create a breakaway in most cases, or a dangerous chance. So as a defensive player, you just want to make sure you stop from player from building the play. And you're right, and she did it smartly. It was just a little hip where it's clearly a foul, but nothing more than that.
Dangerous opportunity that time, but the goalkeeper for Belvidere North able to haul that one in and send it away.
Yep.
Gonna have
foot a little bit too high. Yep.
We're going to have another set-piece opportunity here for the Vikings. 11:25 left to go on the clock here. Belvidere North up 6-0 over the Vikings. Just the one goal here in the second half, coming by Cortland Hefty.
If they can get this ball behind Ruby or the 18-yard box to the 12-yard box, I think it's a little bit too far away. But Zedekiah is dangerous in those balls in the air. So sort of what they tried to do earlier, but that one needed just another 5 yards or so.
Got a score update. Boylan on top of Freeport 5-0. About 7 minutes left to play in that one. And we talked about the matchup between Belvidere North and Boylan earlier. Belvidere North couldn't quite come out on top. They dropped it by a goal. Boylan 3-2 in that one a few weeks back, as they try to finish out their season undefeated. Have not dropped a conference game Of course, the Blue Thunder and the Titans, two of the best teams in conference in most sports, but girls soccer, another one of those where these two teams constantly go at it year after year.
Yeah, and when they played that game, it seems like it was a really long time ago, but that was sort of what both teams were playing, knowing that the winner of this game is going to come up and really have the great position to win it, and obviously it's lived to be true as well again. So, I mean, Boylan deserves credit because they've continued. It's always extremely difficult to go on an undefeated season in conference play. And obviously it looks like they're getting their stride going. So it'll be fun to watch the runs that these two schools make when they get into the tournament play.
Belvidere North working quickly as, again, they are really trying to push their players forward, trying to get some other players some goals. This one's going to be touched down there. Herrera has it, now working back.
Good little
Turns
turn
and
there,
fires a great shot opportunity. Almost found the back of the net, but a nice last-second adjustment by the goalkeeper. She was able to knock that one out of the air, pick it up, and send it down towards midfield.
They're trying to get, again, Ruby, a senior, a chance up front to get a goal because she's literally played. Every time I've seen her this year, she's been in the back, and now she's at that center forward, and there's their chance.
She's got it on a tee, setting up the goalkeeper,
And
puts it in, and she's got it. Another goal here for Belvidere North. This one coming off the right foot by Ruby Herrera as Belvidere North nets their 7th of the evening, gets a nice hand from her teammates. And Belvidere North, as they have been in control of this one, 4.5 minutes left to go on the clock as they are up 7-0 here in the second half.
Another goal and assist by two seniors. So that always is, on the senior night, is an impressive message.
That last goal by Ruby Herrera, her first of the game. 5 for Hefty, 1 for her, 1 for Poposi, as Guilford tries to work this one down and get a goal here before the end of the game. Good battle over there towards the sideline. They're going to say it's going to be Belvidere North ball, as they're going to reset for another throw-in. Looks like there might have been some confusion by the players, but getting some correction here from the official. And now they will set up for their throw-in.
They'll get it right now eventually, but
this one worked on the left wing, and that one's going to go out of bounds towards the coaching box there. Nice little play on the ball that time by the head coach over there off the sideline. And another substitution here for Belvidere North. Number 20 coming into the ball game. Don't have a name for her. We'll try to get that for you in just a moment. Here's Belvidere
good little
North
run again.
Ball forward.
Ruby's got herself another great opportunity.
Heavy touch, but she's able to maintain possession. Now works it back out.
No, that was a good defending, good recovery there by the Guilford defenders, because I thought Ruby was going to be in and score on that one. So they're still working hard.
Say that might be Macy Granger coming into the ball game for Belvidere North. They have an opportunity here. 2:45 left on the clock. Say the ball over to the Vikings. Both teams trying to work out of this one. North still with an opportunity.
Good little ball in.
A low cross opportunity in that time, but couldn't quite get enough pace on the ball, and that one's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Belvidere North ball. 2:17 left on the clock here. 7-0 is the lead for Belvidere North. They still have it. Looking to set up for a cross, and a good play that time by the keeper to just haul that one in. It was coming low. Sometimes those crosses that are coming at your feet as a goalkeeper are really tough to control because you never know when that ball is going to skip off the turf. You know, you always want to get a good handle that time. A nice play.
Yeah, and she actually played in the field in the first half as well and did a good job on there. But that's and you had a player right over, so she doesn't hand that cleanly. It's a nice, easy tap for a goal. So that pressure is pretty high in that. Good job handling it.
A lot of pressure here at midfield for Belvidere North. Forces the turnover once again. Posey
Great.
has it on the left wing.
Play the early ball behind the defender. I would have sent Ruby in through again.
She's got it. She turns, beats her defender, tries a long shot. That one over the top of the goal. It'll go out of bounds for another goal kick here as we wind down this ball game. About 1 minute. Again, if you want to see highlights from tonight's action, including all 5 goals, Cortland Hefty, be sure to follow us on social media at Clutch Sports 815. Some pictures and highlights from both tonight's game and all the other games that we have done this season and last season. High school sports here at the Rockford area.
Good little battle there.
Zedeker tried to get that ball through, but Belvidere North defense pressure a little bit too much as they try to net one more goal here. This one skips by. Posey has it, tries to cross.
Time.
Set up on a tee, and Suarez just took a little bit too long that time, but Belvidere North still
That's
with
a good
it.
hit.
It'll sail off to the right. 25 seconds left to go in this one.
Yeah, Gallus was trying to get another goal here, or a goal for her. So she's done a good job of just controlling, and now they've actually have her playing in the back. So it's a good run out of the center back to create her shot for that.
This one going to be sent towards midfield. 10 seconds left to go. One final opportunity.
Oh,
this
got
one
through.
gets in behind. Zedeker
Head
has
up.
a chance to beat the buzzer. Got to send it in now.
Took that one extra touch out wide, and there's the horn.
And they're going to say no foul occurred. The clock hits 000. So after a great first half of action, 2 goals in the second half, Belvidere North is going to win this one by a tally of 7-0 over the Guilford Vikings. Their record improves to 17-1, 7-1 in conference. Guilford drops to 9-9, 5-4 in conference. But a great first half of action. Frank, Cortland Hefty really just dominated this one from the word go.
Yeah, she did. Now her teammates deserve a lot of credit too, because they made it really simple on her to play some great balls on her runs and provided her support. But that's what you really. That's why you take somebody like her, and if you could find some smart players underneath her that, like they did today, they really made it difficult on Guilford without any doubt. I was impressed with how hard Guilford continued to play, because we've been in these moments at times when a team clearly has the game in hand when they scored so early, but Guilford continued battling through Belvidere just too much at the end of the day, especially with Hefty having a game like what she had today.
So, again, final score here tonight from Belvidere North High School. Belvidere North 7, Guilford 0. Cortland Hefty 5 goals. CC Poposi has 1. Ruby Herrera with 1 as well. For Frank Matuza, I am Trevor Larson. Thank you so much for joining us here on tonight's broadcast. Again, be sure to follow us on social media platforms at Clutch Sports 815 to see where we'll be next. Again, one more time, final score here on senior night, Belvidere North 7, Guilford 0. Thanks for joining us here on this evening's broadcast, and we will see you next time.